So this is ELET 360, Electrical Power 2, subtitled Electromechanical Power Conversion. This is my first time ever teaching an ICT class. So I don't know anything whatsoever about you guys' background, really. I've talked to Dr. Batari, Dr. Cox, and Dr. Clower, and I got a bunch of mixed messages. So I'm kind of terrified. So bear with me as I figure this out, okay? Hopefully I'm not the reason any of you guys didn't do electrical engineering. If so, I'll try to be less of a dick. We'll see how that goes. I'm Matthew Hartman. My office is across the street in Methkin 211. I have office hours Tuesday through Friday from 2 to 4:30 p.m. I'm also on campus at other times, but I have like a whole bunch of classes and all that kind of jazz. So if that doesn't work for you, just shoot me an email and we can work something out. My email address is my last name @lawtech.edu, and there's my phone number for my office. I would not recommend calling it because I generally ignore it. So either shoot me an email or just track me down. We have our emergency class disruption policy. Effectively, if COVID-23 hits or something like that, or some sort of ice storm, we'll move classes to Zoom. The objectives for this course are to learn about magnetic circuits, transformers, and all types of electrical machinery. I want to talk to you guys about that in a little bit. The textbook for this class is Electrical Machines with MATLAB, 2nd edition by Turin Gorin. I hope, well, you guys probably bought it for $280. If you didn't buy it, that's great. I would suggest not buying it. It seems like a really shitty book to me. So, all right, disability disclosure. If you need testing accommodations and all, I did not realize that was a liquid, and now it's on my fingertip. If you need testing accommodations and all that kind of stuff, go through the Office of Disability Services, get that business handled sooner rather than later. Regarding attendance, officially, we're going to adhere to Chapter 3 of the University Catalog. Since this is a Tuesday, Thursday class, that means supposedly if you miss more than 2 classes, I can be a dick and fail you. That's not going to happen. Not remotely going to happen. You all are adults. You're paying to be here. If you want to squander that money, that's your prerogative. I will say, hopefully you guys have noticed, that I do all of my lectures and all that kind of stuff on Zoom, and I am also recording it. So I record all my lectures, upload them to my shitty YouTube channel and all that kind of stuff, so that if you have to miss for any reason, you can always review the material that way and all that kind of stuff. That being said, I'm not required to do it, and because I'm busy a lot, sometimes my ability to upload the videos, it takes a little longer than you guys are comfortable with sometimes. So please bear with me. I'm not intentionally screwing with you. I'm just trying not to die of a stroke. So, all right. Academic honor code, don't cheat. Academic misconduct, continue to not cheat. Regarding behavior, as long as you don't beat me up in the parking lot, we're going to be okay. All right, and so here is where I would like to talk with you guys about stuff. Like I said, I've never taught an ICT class or anything like that before. I have no idea what you guys are comfortable with. I'm trying real hard not to be a jerk about things because I don't know what my expectations should be. So right now I have it that we're gonna have a homework set after pretty much every lecture, 3 to 5 problems. Is that something that you guys are used to? Is that an aggressive amount of homework? Is that not enough?
That's exactly what we do for every class.
Okay, so that seems pretty normal. Okay, so three to 5 problems per lecture. What kind of due dates are you guys used to?
Next class or other class. I'm just getting the last semester, but either next class or up to the week.
Okay, I'm lazy. We're gonna go the week thing. Okay. Yeah. I don't have enough time or bandwidth. If you've heard anything about me, it's how much I hate grading things. So if I can give myself to more time to procrastinate, that's what I'm going to do. All right. So I want homeworks submitted digitally. So what that means is like, I'm going to put a little assignment thing on Moodle. You do your homework however you really want to, just do it in engineering format. You scan it either using your phone or an actual scanner, or you do it on a tablet or something like that, and then you give me a digital copy. The reason I want digital copies is because my office is an absolute train wreck and I will lose paper copies, so I can't lose a digital copy, or at least it's much, much harder for me to do so. Yes.
Is MathCAD acceptable?
Yeah, my only problem / concern with MathCAD would be the ease at which you could distribute it to other people. I regularly have students submit their work in MathCAD and all that kind of stuff. I don't have a problem with it, but I don't want to see that you're doing the homework of the entire class effectively. That's my only concern with it. So if I can trust you not to allow 25 of your peers to cheat off you, we're good. Let's see. Late homework assignments will incur a 20% penalty for each day they're late. That's a soft thing. I tend to give students a lot of grace period. As long as you're not abusing it, it'll be okay. So if you got a couple of homeworks that are going to be coming in late because you've got things going on, that's fine by me. But if every homework is late, that's going to be a problem. All right. In-class assignments. This is something that I like to do because I don't like to listen to myself talk for 2 hours straight. So I sincerely doubt that you guys will enjoy it either. So typically I try to lecture for somewhere in the ballpark of an hour to an hour and 15 minutes. And then I give you guys a set of problems, usually 1, 2, or 3 problems that you work together in the classroom as groups. That'll be pretty similar to what you're going to see as the homework. This allows you guys to, let me turn off my emails so you don't get random messages all throughout this. So the in-class assignments, sorry, let me remember what the hell I was talking about. So a couple of problems that you guys are going to work at the end of the class to reinforce the stuff that we talked about. I like for you guys to work them together, talk to each other, figure out kind of what you don't know, what didn't click in the lecture and all that kind of stuff. Talk to each other, see if you can figure it out. If not, flag me down and we'll work together and review all that kind of stuff. It's a glorified attendance grade. So what I mean by that is if you show up and you're working on it, you're doing it correctly, regardless of whether or not you finish it, regardless of whether you get anything whatsoever correct. If you are here and you are trying, you get full credit on the in-class assignments. The only way to not get full credit on the in-class assignment is to not turn it in, or to be watching, I don't know, soccer or something else on your phone instead of actually participating in it. So like I said, if you're here and you're working on it, you get full credit. Does that sound like something reasonable for you guys? Okay. Exams. I feel like there should be 3 exams in this class. Does that seem like too large of a number of exams, an appropriate number, or too few?
That's about right.
Well, long, we had like 5.
5?
Yeah, we had
Yeah,
5.
but this
We
was
had one at-
like traditional.
Yeah.
Okay.
We usually have like 3 to 5. Sometimes we just have 2 exams.
Yeah, that seems 2 seems like too few to me. 5 seems like too much. 3 to 4 seems to be appropriate to me for a quarter system. So we'll revisit that in a moment. Let's talk about the grading scale and all that kind of stuff here. Okay. So the way that I have it set up currently is 30% for homework, which seems like a lot. It is, because I want you guys to actually do your homeworks and all that kind of good stuff. 10% is the in-class assignment. So effectively a full letter grade is you showing up and participating in class. Okay. Then exam 1, exam 2, and exam 3 are all worth 25%. And then there's that little fancy symbol that I don't know the name of, that directs you to down here, where it says the weight of the exam on which you receive the lowest score will be reduced to 15%. So if we add all these numbers together, 30 plus 10 is 40, exam 1, exam 2 is 25 and 25, so that's 50. We've hit 90%. And then let's say exam 3 was the one that you scored the lowest on, so that's only 15%. We're actually up to 105 points. So because this is my first time teaching this class, I've built in half a letter grade worth of bonus as leeway for you guys to get acclimated to me and for me to get acclimated to you. Does that sound like a reasonable thing? If I make it a different number of exams, then I have to go redo that math, and I'm very lazy and I don't want to do it. So I would prefer to stick with 3, but if you guys are just hell bent on having 4 exams, I'll figure out how to make that work. All right. Because I am so magnanimous in my grading scale, I am a dick and say that you need a 90 or higher to get an A, etc. There is a little bit of wiggle room. It's largely based on attendance and participation and all that kind of stuff. I just like to put this in the syllabus so that if this is the only time that I see you and then you come and harass me about your grade 10 weeks from now, like, Dr. Hartman, I don't know why I'm failing this class and I have no idea who you are, I can point to this thing and be like, well, you get what you get. So. All right, syllabus changes. So I don't expect the contents of the syllabus to need to change, but if they do, I reserve the right to do it as long as they tell you what's going on. Emergency notification system stuff, effectively sign up so you get text messages that let you know when the university is closed because of inclement weather and things like that. COVID-19 policy is much shorter than it used to be. The gist of it is if you're sick, don't get me sick or I'll be really mad. So you got the flu, if you're just not feeling great, you don't want to put pants on that day, use Zoom. If you need to talk to somebody about things, there's a link for counseling services. And then we have our tentative course schedule, okay? So I do have some notes and all that kind of jazz prepared for today. I actually don't want to give them because I just talked to Dr. Clower literally last night at about 7 p.m. to solidify what I'm going to do in this class, and I don't think they're in a particularly good state. I also don't have an in-class assignment prepared or a homework set prepared. So unless you guys are just going to go lynch me to Dr. Hall or Dr. Long, we're going to wrap things up here pretty quickly. Yes, ma'am. Sweet Jesus, yes.
We can do,
Yeah.
yes.
William gave me a manila folder with about 200 sheets of paper in it. Completely and utterly unorganized. That's what I got. So yeah, anything that you guys are willing to do to help me help you, I am 100% on board for, because like I said, I am terrified of screwing this up.
As long as you don't do your math on Python,
You're great.
you're awesome. You're our best professor we've ever had.
I know how to do hello world on Python, and that might be about it.
You just have all of our favorite professors. You're automatically a favorite professor. If you
Yeah.
math in Python, expect us to follow along, you're automatically.
No, I do my math on pen and paper because I don't know, I'm an old man, so whatever.
That's the case way.
All right, good deal. So this is tentatively what I have for us to do. We're going to spend about a week on magnetic circuits. I think you guys covered magnetic circuits to some extent in 280. I'm not sure. Like I have 2 ABET, so I have, I think, 6 different syllabi for this class from other people, and the material that are covered each time is completely different. So I am just pissing in the wind here, trying to figure out what to do. So I'm going to start with magnetic circuits because that's where my old electric machinery textbook starts off at. Then we're going to do some transformer stuff. I know that that's probably also largely a review. And then that's going to end the material for exam 1. So hopefully this first module, roughly 5 class meetings, will largely be review, and you guys will all knock it out of the park. Exam 1, the date is Thursday, or tentatively, the date is Thursday, January the 5th. That is the Thursday after we get back from the break. I chose that particular day so that we could do 5 lectures and exam, 5 lectures and an exam, 5 lectures and an exam. And that means that we actually wrap the class up before Mardi Gras break. I feel like it's easier for you guys to half-ass study and retain knowledge sober with your families than it is blitzed out of your mind down in New Orleans. So that's my reasoning for putting exam 1 the day after we get back from the Christmas break, so that you don't have an exam the day you get back from the Mardi Gras break. And then you can wrap up the quarter a little bit early and work on your stuff for Ally's class or Mike's class or whoever else you have. So this is my plan for the quarter. Does this sound reasonable-ish?
This sounds awesome.
All right, so that's all that I intended to talk about today. I can hang out if you guys want to talk to me about things. If not, I will see you on Tuesday where we'll actually do things.